dial, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're unpacking one of the most slept on yet deeply respected brands in the watch world, and that is Beauvais. Now, when you hear the names like Patek, AP, Vacheron, your ears go all over the place. But if you really want to impress the room, or just flex quiet confidence, Beauvais just might be your next obsession. Without further ado, let's get started. So picture this. It's the early 1800s. A young watchmaker from Switzerland, Edouard Beauvais, heads to London. He learns the craft, he sharpens his skills, and then he takes a leap of faith. He sails to China in 1818, and in just 4 watches, he changes the game forever. These weren't just any watch. They were masterpieces, custom made, enamel painted, hand-finished pocket watches sold to Chinese elites for what now would be millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, Beauvais was that luxury from the jump. But by the 1840s, the name Beauvais literally became slang for the word watch in Chinese. That's a real flex. From day one, Beauvais was really about, more than telling the time. They built a name on miniature enamel painting, ultra detailed engraving, and those gorgeous display casebacks that we now take for granted. Every Beauvais was a wrist-sized gallery piece. They were pairing watches like twins, front and back. Some featured portraits, others scenes from nature. Even like inside the movement, they were adding artistic flair. It's that blend of art and mechanics that still defines the brand today. Now, let's talk about innovation a little bit. Way back in 1889, Beauvais patented the flyback chronograph, a feature that you'll see in modern sports watches today. They were always pushing the technical envelope. In the 1930s, they introduced the easel-style desk watch, a design that doubled as a portable table clock. Way before lifestyle versatility became a trend, Beauvais was already living in that future. So let's talk about the quiet years, the comeback, and the fast forward. So, in the 20th century, a lot like other historic brands, Beauvais went quiet. They slipped under the radar, almost lost to time. But in the early 2000s, Mr. Pascal Ruffy enters the scene. A collector turned owner with a deep love for craftsmanship. He bought Beauvais in 2001. And honestly, he kind of saved it. Ruffy didn't revive the name, he restructured the whole thing. Bought a 14th century castle in Switzerland, turned it into a state-of-the-art workshop, and started doing what few brands still do. Everything in-house. Movements, dials, cases, engraving, all under one roof. That's very, very rare. In 2010, Beauvais launched one of the smartest, most underrated features in horology period, the Armado convertible case. This thing lets you transform the watch into a desk clock, a pocket watch, or a pendant without any tools. Just flip it, fold, click, and boom. Elegant engineering disguised as a party trick. It brings versatility, elegance to this day, and no one is really doing it quite like Beauvais. Now, let's get into the watches. Here's where Beauvais really flexes their muscle. Let's talk about the Virtuoso series. Showcases mechanical complexity, tourbillons, dual time zones, retrograde functions, you name it. The Reticle collection, that sloped writing desk case, insane. It gives you a full view of astronomical complications, moon phases, and even retrograde calendars. The 1930, probably the most wearable of the bunch. Clean, vintage, inspired design with serious movement finishing, great for every day. And if you're, want to be a bit understated. Most of them are manual winding in-house calibers with power reserves ranging from anywhere to 5 to 10 plus days. Ridiculous. So why don't you see Beauvais everywhere? Because they only make 800 pieces a year, roughly. In a world where hype watches are pumped out in the thousands, Beauvais stays low-key, high-level, and very exclusive. And how many of those pieces are custom-made for the collectors themselves? You want your child's portrait painted on the case back? No problem. Your own movement, decoration motif? Easy. They treat every watch like a bespoke work of art. In recent years, Beauvais has done some pretty surprising moves actually, like partnering with Rolls-Royce on the boat tail. They made a custom tourbillon timepiece that sits on the dashboard of your Rolls-Royce, but it can be removed and worn on your wrist. It's not just branding, it's real horological innovation, tested for vibrations, temperature, shock, you name it. A watchmaker building for an automotive luxury brand? If that's not cross-discipline excellence, then we're not talking about the same thing. So what really makes Beauvais different, long story short? It's a balance of craftsmanship. Done by hand, no corners are cut. Innovation with convertible cases, modern complications with the times, and exclusivity, boutique. The attention to detail in every piece is just remarkable. And 2 centuries of storytelling with no compromise. And under Mr. Pascal Raffi, now his daughter, Audrey Raffi, also joining the journey, they're just not preserving the tradition. They're redefining for our generation. So, if you're into watches that speak louder than, or rather, they speak louder without shouting, and if you appreciate art, the craft, the movement, legacy, and real just tradition and meaning, then Beauvais deserves a spot in your mental collection at the very least. It's not a hype piece. It's not mass-produced. It's not trying to be trendy, but it's timeless. And sometimes in a world where everything is loud and it's all about flexing, that quiet confidence kind of hits hard in my opinion. Well, guys, how do you guys feel about Beauvais? That's it from the deep dive. If you found this interesting, share, drop a like. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. We really want to hear what you guys have to say. And take a look at Beauvais. It just might be your next favorite understated luxury brand. Well, if you want a watch that tells the story, if you guys want to purchase a watch for your collection, sell, buy, new, old, luxury or otherwise, head over to luxurytime.co.za, tell them the Dal sent you, and they will look after you. That's all from me, and never forget to stay on the watch.